Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bam. This is the Unit 1 Foundation video for Child Guidance CDEC 1319 in spring 2021. And I just wanted to go over some of the foundational things of how to manage in the course and what to look over. So the first thing I always like to suggest to people is that they go up here to their notifications and that they set any notifications that they want to be aware of. So course updates, I highly recommend that you get an email anytime that I post an update, because that's where I typically post any extra credit or any major course announcements. Comments on updates or discussion, that's up to you. If you want updates on comments on your assignments, comments on your posts, this is things only for instructors. One would be comments on grades and things like that. So check the ones that you are interested in receiving an email notification for. So next is your textbook. You will definitely want your textbook for this course. I always use the textbook as the photo for my course. So this is the textbook, what it should look like. The textbook information is also down here as well. For the ISBN number. The bookstore should have them, but if not, let me know. I actually recommend that maybe you look at some other vendors. Chegg, CHEGG.com is a great one, and of course Amazon as well. I've included a textbook link for a portion of your first chapter if you want to get started and you don't quite have your textbook yet. That's a good resource for you. Next, in every course, we are required to include this background check requirement just to make sure you know that if you have background issues, that it may impact you being able to work with children. That is a state of Texas thing. You'll be required to take an FBI background check to work in a childcare or a school. And so if you have an issue with your background, working with kids might not be the best career choice, is essentially what that is. This course does not have any field experience as ours, so you will not have to take a background check for this course. Next is proctored assignments, that we are required to proctor an assignment for any online courses. Usually in my courses, this is either a video assignment or it's a test that is taken with the Respondent's browser. So I don't know off the top of my head which one this is, but I'm guessing you're going to be doing at least one video assignment in this course, and that will be proctored, in which case during the assignment I would have to see photo ID. It can be a school ID, it can be a state ID, it can be any ID. Some people have shown me, like, they work for Walmart and they'll show me their employee ID. Whatever you want to do, as long as it has your name on it and your face, a picture of you. Next are student resources. The student resources has a writing support folder and a Schoology help folder if you feel like those are areas that you would need support in. Also has the Being Successful Online document in it. Okay, my contact information is next. You can contact me by phone at that number. I probably won't answer because I'm very rarely at my desk, but if you leave me a message, I will call you back. Messages are sent straight to my email, so I get them that way. Just know that I might not call you back from a Hill College number. Next is my email, jbam@hillcollege.edu. That's the best way to reach me. Marco Polo is going to be another option that I will introduce a little bit later into the semester, week 1 or 2. And it's a video chat back and forth. Some students really love to do it, and when they do have those video assignments, Marco Polo is always an option. Zoom is next. I am available by appointment, by email for Zoom. So if you ever do have a video option and you don't know how to upload a video and you want to meet by Zoom, you can present via Zoom as well. But I will also meet you by Zoom, but you have to email me for a time and date. I will post a virtual time that I'll be available each week, probably on Mondays. And during that time, if you email me, I can usually get on Zoom right there and then, unless I'm meeting with another student. My in-office student hours will probably be in Burleson and in Hillsborough this semester. And I'll post those once my schedule finalizes next week. I try to respond to all communication within 24 hours. 48 is my max. Now, on a weekend, you won't probably hear from me. So if you email me on Friday, you could not hear from me till Tuesday morning sometimes. Weekends and holidays differ, obviously. I try to keep those for family time. If you don't hear from me within 48 hours, though, not including the weekends and holidays, then feel free to do a follow-up email for me, because it may have gone missing. I might not have it, or I may have just forgotten about it. The orientation, once again, has your textbook information and some basic expectations for the course. It'll be important for you to review the syllabus information folder that has your initial syllabus, which you'll want to open to read. And it has all the guidelines and things for the course, the point values, how the course works, the SLOs, methods of evaluation, all of that. Out of the syllabus, I've pulled out your due dates for the semester. It's every Monday at 11 p.m. except for your final, which I believe that's a Wednesday, but it's also at 11 p.m. And then this is your course outline, the course outline for the chapters, the order that we're reading things in case you want to look ahead. It's very important that you complete this first assignment. This first assignment is what I use to count you as attending. It is a syllabus check assignment, that you've read the syllabus, understand certain things such as plagiarism, all of that type of stuff. Completing of this assignment means that you are attending the course. That's how I count you as attending the first week of school. And not completing it could impact your financial aid if you are counted as not attending. Okay, so each week, this is the other mistake that many of my students will do, is they just want to go over here and hit the assignments and they don't go into each unit. If you don't do that, you'll miss critical things. So in Unit 1, I give a general overview of what we're discussing. I explain the competency, or I list the competency for this unit. It's why guidance matters. Give you a brief kind of description of what we're going to be going over. Then you would have found the foundation video you're watching right here. So hopefully that's how you are watching this. And then you print or download. I recommend printing or downloading the PowerPoints. They're helpful to help you follow along. Sometimes you can find answers in there, all sorts of things. They're kind of handy, especially if you're on the road and don't have your textbook with you. There might be something in there that we'll be able to use out of the PowerPoint. Here's the link again to part of the first chapter, and then you're going to complete each of the competency assignments below. They're broken up into a list of concepts. So this is a competency-based course. And what that means is that you're going to have a series of competencies. Some units will have more, some will have less. That will be used to, a series of concepts, that will be used to meet the competency for the unit. So this unit has 13 concepts that you'll have to answer. So think of these almost as individual questions on a test. Instead of one big test at the end of the unit, you have a bunch of small assignments. These are spiraled, so they do go in order that they appear in the textbook, and they build upon each other. This isn't really necessary for you for completing the work, but these little parentheses help me. If you see the parentheses PK, that means pre-knowledge. It's knowledge that we want to make sure you have that build into the what we call SLOs, or student learning outcomes, for the course. And then the SLO list links back in your syllabus to that SLO. So what I'm saying is this concept links to SLO number 4. And so then that way I can pull out all the concepts that you had, kind of see how people are understanding that SLO. It's more for assessment for on our portion part to see data and things like that. But some people like to know. So every time you see PK, that's pre-knowledge, knowledge that you need in order to build into upcoming student learning outcomes. So you will have 2 types of concept builders. One will be a 10-point mastery and one is a 5-point mastery. I'll start with the 5-point mastery. 5-point mastery questions are very straightforward. We will look at Bloom's in certain classes, but Bloom's looks at kind of low-end processing and higher-end processing. So for low-end processing, very straightforward type questions, which are like define, list, name, just things that you need to pull out knowledge. They're on a 5-point mastery, which means mastery of the concept, which means yes, you clearly have defined the term DAP and you understand what it is. To concept 1, concept I don't count, not attempted, that means you didn't do the assignment. But getting a 1 means we need to review that concept completely, that you don't really have a grasp of what the concept is. And so you can receive anywhere between a 1 and a 5 depending on how you answer the question. And just realize that opinions may vary and you can defend your answers or not if you want, but we're basing it off of what's in our textbook. And so we're going by the guidance of the textbook and what they have, what's supported by NAEYC. So you have 3 attempts on any given concept. So if you ever want to say, how can I raise my grade? I will say, go back and look at the concepts that you scored low on and see if you can bring it up. So if you get a 4, I will give you feedback on why you received a 4, and you can re-enter that. You can redo that assignment to try to get to that 5. That's up to you. The other type of assignments that you'll have will be 10-point concept assignments, 10-point masteries. And the mastery chart is always down here, and that goes from mastery, also from concept review to mastery, but it has a little more levels in there, like limited, developing. And this asks you to do a little more. So you'll see that it says define the term child guidance according to your textbook. So that's very low level, but then I'm asking you to rewrite that definition in your own words, including what it means to you. And so that raises it up a mastery level. And so I will give feedback. So if I don't feel like you fully answered the question, I feel like there's something missing there in regards to understanding, I will give you feedback. You can resubmit the assignment if you want to, like I said, up to 3 times. That is all I have right now. And so you go through the course using your textbook. These units are going to open as I complete them because I am reworking to that competency-based understanding. But there is no end of unit assignment. There is just all of the concept assignments, and once you have those 13 concepts, and if you've mastered those 13 concepts, then we understand that you've mastered understanding why guidance matters. So I hope that explains competency-based learning. Ask me any questions that you have. I love to talk to people. If there's ever something you want to argue, I am welcoming you to prove to me that you have the mastery, and you can rebuttal whatever I say. Because that is the point, is having the discussion and be able to defend your own thinking. That is demonstrating college level learning. So ask me any questions that you have, and have a great semester.